Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right, there's some interesting things popping up in the news regarding Iraq. I'm not sure what the repercussions are going to be for these actions, but it's something that's definitely going to affect what's going on over there in Iraq. So Iraq, the second largest Arab country with oil reserves in 2023. So they're ranked number 2. The International Energy Agency reported on Saturday that Iraq ranked second in the Arab world in terms of the country with the most oil reserves for 2023. In a report revised by the news, the list of the 10 most Arab countries with oil reserves during 2023 witnessed the continuation of the export of Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and the UAE, in light of the leading role of the Arab region in the global market, noting that the list of 2023 did not witness any changes in the reserves of Arab countries except for UAE, which succeeded in increasing crude reserves of those fossil fuels. So this shouldn't be any surprise to people. But it goes on to say that Saudi Arabia continued to stay on the throne of the list of the 10 most Arab countries with oil reserves, amid its stability at 267.19 billion barrels. And in second place on the list came Iraq with oil reserves that settled at 145.01 billion. So almost half of where Saudi Arabia is. The UAE came in third, increasing its oil reserves during the 2023 to 113 billion barrels, followed by Kuwait with a stability of 101.5 billion barrels, and so on and so forth. Well, it's nice that they have all these reserves, but what we're going to keep an eye on is any changes that Iraq might be making to the budget coming up here. A big blow to the green. A new country gives up the dollar. This one shouldn't be surprising to anybody. The governor of the Central Bank of Iran revealed the start of the project of settling the country's exports abroad in the national currency of the rial. Now, I got 10 million rial, so yeah, well, I'll definitely keep an eye on the increase in value. Let's see if it happens. On the sidelines of the meeting of the Government Council and the private sector in the province of Northeast, Farzan said, good Lord, trying to pronounce these names is just crazy. The issue of settling Iranian exports via the rial currency outside the borders has been considered by the central bank for several months, and its introduction will address the requirements of exports for Iraq and Afghanistan. He also said that this topic is one of the demands of traders to export to Afghanistan, and through the implementation of the Rial Offshore Project, Rial Outside the Borders, traders will be able to benefit from it instead of foreign currency. He pointed out that the regulations of cross-border Rial project was drafted by the central bank, and practically 2 banks started this project, and soon it will be circulated to all banks of the country. Now, Iran is under some serious sanctions from the United States, but you notice that the trades that they're going to start doing are with countries that are under sanctions from the U.S. as well. So that's not surprising. So over there in the Middle East, more and more countries are looking to turn away from the dollar. It's weird to see so many countries do this, because in the past, if you even thought about doing it, you would end up with boots on the ground from the United States. It appears that Biden's trying to just free everybody and don't give a crap about the fact that he's crushing the U.S. dollar. I think that's the plan all along. Iraq's prime minister says government working to end presence of U.S.-led coalition forces in the country. What? Iraq's government is working on bringing an end to the presence of soldiers from the U.S.-led coalition in the country, Prime Minister al-Sidini said on Thursday. The Iraqi premier's announcement comes amid heightened tensions and an escalation in attacks between the U.S. military and Iran-backed militia, with the latter group insisting that the Iraqi government should set out a clear timetable for the withdrawal of coalition troops. Speaking in a joint conference with Spain's Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, who visited Iraq on Thursday, al-Sidini said his government was committed to reconfiguring its relationship with the coalition forces who went to Iraq in 2015 to fight ISIS. With the presence of a capable Iraqi forces, the Iraqi government is heading towards ending the presence of the international coalition forces. Al-Sudani condemned strikes on bases hosting coalition troops in the country, which have increased substantially since U.S. ally Israel launched its brutal war on Gaza in October. But with the U.S. conducting retaliatory strikes in Iraq on the Iranian-backed groups that are attacking the bases, Sudani said foreign forces must stick to their role of training and advising Iraqi security forces. Engaging in military operations beyond these limits is viewed as a violation of Iraqi sovereignty and is unequivocally rejected. The U.S. this week conducted 3 airstrikes in response to an attack that wounded 3 U.S. soldiers at an airbase near Erbil, the capital city of Iraq, Kurdistan. The Iraqi government on Tuesday condemned the U.S. airstrikes on the headquarters of armed factions within the Popular Mobilization Forces that killed 1 person and wounded 20. So there you have it. Iran is not going to do trade in U.S. dollars anymore. They are de-dollarizing. That shouldn't be a surprise. Iraq is still ranked number 2 as far as Arab nations when it comes to oil reserves. And al-Sudani is looking to remove U.S. and coalition forces out of Iraq. They think they're ready to kick the training wheels off and protect the country on their own. What do you guys think? Is this a bad situation? Is this going to open the doors for some nefarious people to try to come into Iraq or not? I think Iraq's ready to do their own thing. They don't need help from anybody else. But we're definitely going to see here real soon as soon as this announcement is made. Anyways, that's it for now. I will catch you later. I'm out.